Hello everyone and welcome back to ZooCrafting! I am Zookeeper Seri and I am currently in Taiwan, at least in real life, but here in Zoodesia we are inside of the Asian rainforest and we have got so many big plans to celebrate my trip to Asia here in the forest. I am so excited, I cannot wait to share them with you guys. But first off, I should probably show you guys where we're at. Oh hey, there's Chips! This is Chips, my wonderful darling. As many of you guys know, formerly you have known him as Darling, but now he bears his actual name of, his actual Minecraftian name of Chips, and he is wandering around here inside of our rainforest with me. And we are indeed in the beautiful Asian rainforest that we have been planning to transform into a lovely addition to our Zoodesia Zoo for quite some time. It is actually, interestingly enough, kind of shoved between two developed areas of our zoo, where we have my home and the Village of Light in Zomberry Village and the Peacock exhibit. We have the Egg Research exhibit down here inside of the mountainside. And then over here, we have got the big, beautiful safari zone that we have been working on. And then there's this gigantic, lovely rainforest that's just kind of shoved in between both of them. And so far in the rainforest, we have the red panda exhibit, the tiger exhibit, and our Australian bird exhibit, but we haven't really made anything else in between. And now that I am in Taiwan in real life and I have seen some animals here in Taiwan, I think, Ash, it is time to start really working on transforming this beautiful wilderness into a well-developed zoo. Mind you, Ash, where'd you go? Lily? Mind you, Lily, there is a time and place for wilderness in our beautiful world of Zoodesia, because you guys know how much I love going out into the wild and just exploring out there. But after almost 2 years in this world, we probably need to start actually seeing some progress in the zoo, to say the least. But anyway, we're here in the rainforest because we're celebrating the fact I am in Taiwan, which is why it has taken so long to get ZooCrafting back out, and I am so sorry for that, you guys. I was not prepared for how much work it is to travel to and move to a foreign country for a few months. This is the first time I've ever traveled outside of the US, and definitely the first time I've ever tried to live somewhere that was not my home for 3 months in a row. It has been such an amazing adventure, and I really want to be able to remember some of that adventure by building some very special things here in our beautiful rainforest. Among them, a gigantic treehouse, a huge treehouse, and the tallest tree we can find in the jungle, and that is because I have spent most of my time here in Taipei inside of a beautiful sky garden apartment that is located on the 6th story building of an apartment building surrounded by skyscrapers. My view in Taipei is nothing like this amazing leafy view that we have right here from our little rainforest campsite. It is surrounded by concrete buildings and all sorts of skyscrapers, and today we're actually going to go and adventure in real life to a big skyscraper, so you might want to check over on the vlog channel for updates on that pretty soon. But oh guys, it has been amazing, and I have seen both more and less unique animals native to Taiwan than I expected, because the first exhibit I actually want to build is dedicated to the animals that I have seen the most here in Taiwan, and that is our roof cats. Instead of focusing on something really super exotic like the Formosan bear, which I have not seen, or maybe like the giant panda, which is actually in the Taipei Zoo, I would really love to dedicate my memories of my trip to Taiwan here in our Zoodesia world by building a beautiful treehouse, and on that treehouse placing the roof cats that I have come to know and love here in Taiwan. If you guys are not familiar with our 3 roof cats, Noble Lady, Bird, and Boss, I highly recommend you check out the vlog channel because they have just brought so much happiness and so much adventure to my day, and they are my companions through the day. So I thought it was fitting that the very first build that I make for Chips and I here in this part of our Zoodesia Zoo would be dedicated to the animals I have seen the most in Taiwan, and that's going to be cats. So it's going to be really fun. I want to build a whole bunch of tree houses up in the various tall trees we have in this jungle, and I want to give them really nice tiled roofs, just like the roof that we have on our apartment here, where it's this beautiful clay tiling. And then I want to put roof cats on those roofs. So we're going to build a whole bunch of tree houses up in these trees, and start with one tree house, Ash, Lily, so that it can represent the apartment that Chips and I have stayed in the entire time in Taiwan. And then we're gonna put roof cats in them, and I'm so excited. And once we get Noble Lady, Bird, and Boss inside of the treehouse that I'm going to build for them, then we can work on adding in some of your guys like real life cats as roof cats into our various tree houses, and we can just have the treehouse network expand. We can turn them into shops, we can turn them into little kiosks where you can go and get some food, we can turn them into places where guests could sleep inside of the zoo. And so you could walk around all of these different treetop little apartments that we'll build, and then look down and see all of the amazing animal exhibits that we're going to build. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. It's definitely going to be a lot of work though, but I'll tell you guys about some very special help we're going to have for the work we need to do here in our zoo in just a moment. I kind of want to show you guys the campsite first, because this is just such a nice little charming campsite that was built for Chips and I. So we made it really nice, just a little campfire to keep us warm. Over here there is a little spot where we can mix up some of our wild recipes if we want something nice to eat. If I gather up a whole bunch of ferns, then I can have some sauteed fiddleheads. Gather up a whole bunch of mushrooms and I can enjoy a mushroom skewer. Unfortunately, the rest of our wild recipes are dedicated more for like temperate forest areas. So we have pine cones and maple syrup for the filled snacks, wild rice to make a bowl of rice, and onions to make the spring onions of friendship soup. Interestingly enough, onions and garlic and leeks and strong flavored things like that are considered like almost not to be vegetarian here in Taiwan. So I'll tell you guys more about that sometime. I know, Ash, are you a little hungry? Or are you growling because there's more skeletons nearby? I actually took out a skeleton in full gold armor and got some golden booties and a golden helmet. Ooh, with fire protection and unbreaking. Maybe I should put that on Chips' head so he's safe while we're out and about here. But here you guys go. Have some chicken, rice, and blueberry from the Two-Paw Doggy Bakery. And then you may also wonder why Agent Noodles is here. And Agent Noodles is actually here because we are going to finally build that noodle shop. So among some of the places we're going to start working on building here in the Asian Rainforest exhibit areas is Agent Noodles' noodle shop, which is something that we have been wanting to build for our wonderful Agent Noodles for oh so long. Agent Noodles, I should probably gather up some of these ferns, don't you think? Or are you having fun wrestling around in them? But Agent Noodles is our ramen expert. He loves making fancy noodle dishes, especially different types of ramen, and he has been promised his shop of his very own since like the old world. So yeah, I definitely need to make Agent Noodles his shop, and that's going to be one of the big buildings we're going to build here in the forest. I'm very much looking forward to that. For now, he's scouting out the area and trying to figure out a good spot to build his shop, and also every now and then he makes me some delicious, simple ramen noodle soup. And hopefully, as we continue to build more areas, more exhibits, more spots that we can invite in traders and we can invite in little shops, we'll be able to get some special ingredients to make even fancier noodle dishes with Agent Noodles. So I'll have a nice supply of something delicious to eat while we are running around building so many things over in this part of the forest. It's going to be awesome. Where'd my puppies go? Hey, Ash, there you are. But yeah, we've got our nice little campsite right over here, and it seems like it's in the middle of the wilderness because I've hardly done any work in this forest in the 2 years we have been in our beautiful Zoodesia world. But actually, if you run along this way, dun 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 dun. Oop, I need to get some shears so that I can make sure to clear away. There we go. Spots where there's a little bit of overgrowth. But look, ta-da! We're at the banana stand, or what's eventually going to become a banana botanist and a banana smoothie stand. And we've got a nice little sitting area. This is more the kind of developed landscape you would expect to find in a zoo, right? So we're going to try to make more of our zoo actually look like this. I'm feeling it. I'm ready. I'm ready to start building again. Ready to start being here. I have Aster Seed with us, so if we do need to fly quickly back home to go and collect something, we can. And here is some wonderful evidence of the fact that we are actually a zoo and not just a wilderness, and many of the beautiful birds of the aviary flying around within their special home. I love that spot. I should probably go have a nice little date day with Chips in there sometime. But now is not date day time, Lily. Now is work time. Alright, so let's go back to our campsite. But as you can see, even though it looks like it's in the middle of the wilderness, because we've hardly done a lot of exhibit building or kiosk or shop building over here, it's not. It's actually just between some of the areas we've worked really hard at building in the zoo. And Chips is actually running around right now, and he has a pair of binoculars, and he's looking looking for some of those lovely squirrels, the very special squirrels that we have seen on the Taiwan University campus here, or for some of the very, very special birds that I've actually... And the birds are actually some of my favorite things that I have seen so far in Taiwan, other than our roof cats. So there's several species that I do plan on making exhibits for, including the Japanese white-eye or the Chinese bulbul, who some of you guys may remember from our Wild Discoveries episode. And there's also been a lot of spotted doves, which look exactly like your normal mourning dove, but they're a little bit bigger and they have these beautiful spots on their neck. And then I've seen some really fancy and exciting ones, like the Chinese 5-color bird, which is known as this really boring name in English as the Taiwan barbet, and it's so boring compared to its Chinese name, which is the 5-color bird, and that's just so beautiful. And then Chips actually went hiking up in the mountains and saw the constellation bird, so there have been some very unique animals that we have seen here in Taiwan that aren't just roof cats. But you know what, we need a good base first, and I would really love to see the roof cats and just stay here, just be able to be remembered forever in our little rainforest spot. Also, the moon is so pretty. So alright, you guys have had enough of my rambles. Oh, hello Agent Noodles, how are you doing? And that's the plan, Ash, and I'm glad to see that you're getting some of your puppy food. So we're going to be doing a lot of building. Finally! This area really needs it. And also, now that it's night, I need to put my armor back on in case we have any more of the, is that a monster? I don't think so. I don't think we have any hostiles showing up. Where'd my torches go? I'm gonna go and light that spot up so that my beloved Chips and Agent Noodles are not threatened by anything. In fact, what I've been doing lately is actually digging my way down. There we go. And then planting the torches inside the bottoms of these beautiful red mushrooms, because they're all over the place. So why not utilize them as little torches by hiding a mushroom inside of them and letting them light the spot up. There we go. Alright, I can't do that exactly everywhere, and it would be really nice to get some more of our glowing rocks, or maybe to even encourage a young botanist to come and move in and hopefully... Oh, what's this? Whoa, there's a cave down here. Okay, Lily Tate, we're gonna have to investigate that. Well, you're not Tate, you're Ash. Lily and Ash, we're gonna have to investigate that later. I should probably go snag Tate, because he's really good at being a good companion for when we're working in new zones. Man, and it's been so long since I've been back in our Zoodesia world. I've really missed it. What was that? Look at me, I'm so jumpy over the littlest things. Alright, but Chip should be safe here at our campsite. I really like it. We've got a spot for food whenever Agent Noodles may not have provided enough ramen noodle soup for us to eat. And we've also got a spot to dump all of our stuff whenever we need a spot just to empty our inventory. So hopefully that'll make things move a lot faster. I went through the trouble of actually making a diamond chest this time, so that way we don't have to worry about like having full inventory just overflowing backpacks, which has been something that's slowed us down. So there we go. I'm gonna tuck those things away. I know, hang on Agent Noodles. One day we will be able to get your little noodle shop up and going. And then let's see. I've been eyeing up that tree right there for our treehouse for so long. I really want to put the treehouse in that tree. I think it's the tallest. That is our first task, our first order of business. Ash, Lily, is to find the tallest tree in the forest and then build a treehouse in it. And once we get the treehouse up and going, we'll have a base of operations to really start expanding this area, getting tons of shops and exhibits, and also providing a home for the roof cats. So first things first, I have to figure out which one is the tallest tree in the forest, but I'm actually kind of low on torches. Didn't anticipate that. Do I have any torches in here? Look at that. I know, right? I was so prepared, my love. All right, so I have got some nice torches stored aside, and then we did 2 steps away from our campsite, and it is like wilderness. Oh, it's so hard for me to end up destroying some of this stuff because I love having all of the greenery, right? See, Chips agrees with me. He's walking over here looking at the greenery too. I love having all of the greenery and all of like the wildness nearby us, but this isn't supposed to be a wild area. This is supposed to be a zoo. So I need to start being firm with the bushes and cutting them back, and we can always replant things, can't we? Wonderful. Yes, that's right. All right. Well, actually, that reminds me. I brought some iron, and I actually thought to bring some iron ore berries so we can continually grow our own iron and have a renewable source of iron. And I actually want to make a little ore berry garden inside of a basement underground of our treehouse. And I think that'd be really useful because then whenever I need shears or I need to have a new chisel or I need other things for building in a specific area, we'll have a spot where I will have a little ore berry garden that will provide us a renewable source of iron so we don't have to keep running back to the house all the time to get more. So hopefully that'll help us with being able to get things built a little faster too. All right, there we go. Yay, iron! Yay, shears! I still wish I had a pair of botanist shears that would never break or would repair a little faster. But man, how am I gonna get over to that tree? I'm pretty sure that's the tallest tree we have. Oh, look at this, Chips is leading the way. Thank you, darling. All right, here we go. Here we go. I should be able to figure it out from here, and we'll light things up as we go. I really need to get a little kiosk set up so we can put a researcher in that we can give all of these mushrooms to so that they can give me some glowing mushrooms in exchange. Because look at this place. It's full of delicious mushrooms. We should have a mushroom kiosk of some type, Ash, and then that way I can eat more delicious mushrooms. All right, let's wiggle over here. All right, gonna have to knock this down, and we'll wiggle over here. There we go. Wonderful. Oh, is that the tree already? I think it is. I think this is the tallest tree in the area. So, oh, and look at this. It's got some of these really awesome mushrooms. Ash, did you just steal that mushroom? Nope, good. His inventory is full, so he didn't steal it from me. The stinkhorn mushroom, which can be crafted into fermented spider's eye, made into mushroom stew, or made into mushroom powder. Interesting. I might have to play with that. Ooh, and I got some tarragon seeds. Nice. Maybe I'll have a little herb garden somewhere nearby. Ooh, maybe I'll make an herb garden up inside of our treehouse to have kind of like a little sky garden, just like we have with our apartment. That would be really nice. All right, let's see. Let's light more of this place up. Woolly Galampus. Oh, the Woolly Galampus are poison. I need to remove these. See, you can't just leave poison mushrooms out where like guests and random helpless Seris might wander into them. All right, and I do need to definitely have something other than torches eventually so that it's a little bit more cosmetic and nice. Oh, look, and there's Mushroom Island. Wow, we're up really high if we're almost on par with Mushroom Island. That's pretty. Oh, hello, Lily. Hello, startling me by sticking your nose in my face, are ya? All right. Oh, look at that. You can see where we have the winter woods. This winter, we should definitely get some exhibits built over in there too. All right, and is this the tree? I think this is the tree. So let's see if I can climb up it. It's got a nifty, hey, it had a nifty vine and then the vine got in the way. All right, there we go. All right, not bad. Is there a taller tree? I'm not at the top yet, but we'll get to, wow, look at this view. We'll get as high up as we can go on this tree and we'll see if it's the tallest tree in the area so that we can build our tree house. And whew, you guys, this trip to Taiwan has been amazing, but man, it is definitely, like I said, a lot harder to travel to a foreign country than I ever really anticipated. There's so many, it's not like being in the country is hard, just being away from home and all of the things that you're used to at home is kind of hard, especially when you need to, how can I, oh, that's a long drop down. How can I wiggle? Oh, wow. That's so beautiful, guys. Look at the moon over this jungle. Ah, I love it here. But see, that's why it's been so hard. I really love it in this world, and I haven't been able to come and adventure in it nearly as much as I wanted because, like, traveling this far away from home and being away from my home, Zoodesia, it's been really, wow, it's been really hard, but, oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. I love this view. Yeah, this is, wow, look at this. This is so cool. This is definitely the tallest tree in the jungle. And I have a view of Mushroom Island. Imagine the dawn view of Mushroom Island with the sun rising with the dawn behind it every day. I want to have a house right here. This is perfect. This is totally where our home is going to be. I love it. And then we can have a chain. Oh, and you can watch the moon set over the jungle. Beautiful. And we can have all of these different bridges that we'll have to put at lower levels because this one is so high, that we can have go to the other tall trees here in the jungle and have different tree houses and different pathways down to the ground and the other exhibits from up here. This is going to be awesome. Oh, look, I can see Darling from here. Hello, my love. He's way down there with his binoculars, and Agent Noodles is probably like roaming around too. That is so exciting. We could even make a bridge from this tree right over here to that spot, and then we can get over to all of this beautiful winter area and all of the winter exhibits we're going to have, and the ice cave exhibits. I love it. I love it. This is perfect. This is going to be my new home spot. Now I just need to go and gather up the materials to turn this into home. But thankfully, like I mentioned, we actually have some special helpers for that. So alright guys, you guys know what's up. You guys have had a little preview of what we are going to be working on, and I'm going to just try to get comfortable and settle back into Zoodesia Zoo, my home away from home, and our actual last couple of weeks of being in Taiwan. I'm really sorry that I haven't had more ZooCrafting episodes. I thought we would spend the entire summer building up things here in this jungle. Wow, look at the jungle. This is such an amazing view. I love it. I just need to, whoa, I need to be careful not to fall off to my doom. Thank you very much. Nearly walked right off the tallest tree in the jungle, Seri, and not cool. But I really thought we were going to spend like all summer building tons of exhibits all about Asian animals, and instead I learned a hard lesson in how difficult it is to travel away from home for the first time. And then I got myself a little psyched out, and it just, you guys know how it goes. You guys who have been around for ZooCrafting knows how it goes. But everything is going to be really cool now. We're going to start working on our exhibits. We're going to build a treehouse, and I'm going to show you guys some special plans I have for new helpers to really turn this zoo from one woman's silly hobby into more of a thriving business full of all sorts of NPCs and guests and lots of adorable little shops. So we've got lots of plans coming up, and now I need to get back down and go and gather up lots of wood and show you guys that special helper and his crew, actually. And once we do that, hopefully, oh geez, this is going to be a little tricky to get down, actually. Oh, I should have worn some feather falling boots. Ash, how did you even get up here? You're a dog. I'm not going to question it. I'm sure you're very talented. But I'm going to get back down to the ground, gather up some wood, show you guys the helpers, and then we're going to start working on our treehouse, because once we get it built, we got to put in roof cats. Whew. Okay, let's back away from the edge a little bit, Seri. And then I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.